Top of the news at 5:30. A well-known and highly respected prosecutor who led some of the most difficult cases in Buffalo at the federal level is announcing his retirement.
We are joined now by former acting U.S. Attorney for Western New York, Joel Violanti, to look back on your long, incredible career. Thank you for being here.
Well, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
You started as a federal prosecutor in 1995, but you started as an attorney even before then. Yeah. I guess let's just look back on that. Did you think you would, this many years later, be retiring from the federal prosecutor's office?
No, when you do something for so long, it becomes your life. Yeah. And you think you're going to be doing it forever, and all of a sudden there comes a time where it ends, and you look back, and I've been fortunate to have a really cool career, and a really remarkable one that I'm very proud of. So it's hard kind of leaving it, but it's really satisfying because it really is time to move on sometimes.
What do you think you leave the state of the current DOJ in? And if you don't want to go full DOJ, perhaps just our local branch of the DOJ. What state do you leave that agency in?
Well, I would like to take credit and say I'm leaving it somewhere, but I know I had a part in where it is today. And part of it was mentoring. And we have some of the brightest, youngest people. I thought when I was going to be an old guy, it'd be like no one could do it as well as I do. But we have some really talented young attorneys and some other people that maybe not as old as I am that are offering and providing some very good mentoring for this office. I put it at the top of the list. There's 94 U.S. Attorney's Office. I used to teach nationally throughout the country. There's very hardworking people, but I put Buffalo right up there at the top.
Well, that's nice to hear.
Yeah.
And thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, you're only as good as your weakest link in any workplace, so that's nice to be a mentor. We've seen a lot of changes in this new administration come, the start or middle of January. What changes have you seen, especially in the DOJ?
Well, I've been through many different administrations, and everyone has its own flavor, so to speak. They want to put their own emphasis on it. They have different priorities. In this administration, it's something different. You're getting a little more presidential interaction and directives. Whether that's good or bad, I don't know. It's something that I've never seen before. We usually had like the executive office in between. But, we're faced at times with different types of things, so maybe there's different measures. I just don't know. It's too early to comment on something like that. But I think it's going in the right direction. This administration is targeting some very difficult crimes. Immigration is always a hot topic. But, besides the immigration, that's within the news now. This administration is really targeting fentanyl, which is it's probably the most dangerous drug that I've ever seen. And they're just not mixing it. They're just selling it pure, and people are dying. And you're seeing this day by day. They're targeting international drug gangs. They're targeting a lot of violent crimes. So let's just wait and see, like we are with every administration.
Dan Herbeck, reporter for the Buffalo News, did an excellent profile on you. It was so good. Excellent job, Dan, if you're watching, as per usual, by the way. He quoted Cheryl Myers Booth, who is also a very well-known attorney at the state and federal level, someone you've crossed paths with many times. She said there were other prosecutors who may have been better technicians or strategists, but none better than Joel at gaining a jury's trust. What was it about your courtroom demeanor or the way that you behaved that you were able to connect with the jury, which is probably one of the most, if not the most important jobs you have?
Well, first of all, it's very kind of Cheryl to say that, and she helped me make me better, as well as like the Herb Greenmans, the Tommy Iwanos, the Joel Daniels, the Paul Cambrias, all these attorneys that I went through. They're probably tops in the nation. Yeah. But I just bring, I think, something that I've learned. I'm not the guy that's traditional, let's sit at the desk, write things down, the book person. I grew up in the city of Lackawanna, and, that kind of taught me a lot of things in life, a lot of life lessons. And, I love Erie County, I love Buffalo, but I think I put Lackawanna, people in Lackawanna tops, because you just learn things that bring you, that make you the best in life. Things that maybe you wouldn't learn other ways. You have diversity, you have some of the hardest working people. You grew up with the steel plant. I grew up in a generation where everyone was a World War II, Korean or Vietnam vet. And you don't hear anything about the turmoil that they went through in those things, but yet they're working, 80 hours a week or 3 different jobs. So you have that work ethic and that type of mentality that I think really helped me relate to people. You had to learn that, and that's why I carried over into the courts.
That's great.
Why retire now? And I hope you don't mind me bringing up, but you told the Buffalo News you're having some health issues, and then, you have a family too.
Yeah. I think it's time. Sometimes when it's time. I still enjoyed it. I got to be acting U.S. attorney for a short time. Then I was the first assistant, and it was really a nice time. It was really a way to end your career because I got to work and mentor some, like I said before, some really young, hardworking people. But I lost my eyesight during a murder trial many years ago, a genetic thing. I have some issues with my head that just kind of made it hard. I got headaches later on in life, and I think it's just time that I maybe pack it up, let somebody else do it, maybe do it better, and spend some time with my family and my new grandchild.
Thankfully,
congrats on that.
Absolutely, congratulations. Thankfully, you're only 60 years old, so a lot of time left. What will you do with your retirement now? Are you going to be maybe consulting, or I don't know? You got to give up a long law career.
Well, first of all, I'm going to try to get through the honeydew list that my wife has to do.
That's right.
And I'm going to wait and see. There's been some people talking to me, telling me I'm too early to retire, telling me that I should be doing this and that, and I'll listen to everything, but I don't know. When I started working as Dan Herbeck, who is an excellent reporter, put in a paper, I started working my aunt's bar in Lackawanna at 13 years old, cleaning it, and I couldn't wait to retire and do nothing. Well, the do nothing part's not so, great. But I do have a very active wife. We like to do things together, and she's not going to let me sit still and do nothing.
That's
so
great.
Well, that's
we'll
good.
wait
You
and see.
shouldn't.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a good wife to make sure you're still moving.
Yeah.
All right, Joel, that's all the time we have, unfortunately, but thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate this.
Congratulations.
Thank
again.
you very much.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Joel.
Thank you.
Thank you.